Okay, here we go.
In effect.
Yeah, second Saturday morning show.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. So is today technically the beginning of the playoffs, or did the play-in? Okay, so we in the playoffs now.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
playoff. Basically, what and I hate to say it, Big Ox, but it's kind of like what the play-in was kind of like the conference tournament, but
Yeah.
it was a higher level of competition. And again, I'm not a fan of the play-in tournament, but
Right.
that's basically what it was, right? That's basically what it was. It was like the conference tournament in college, and then you get to the NCAA. So now right now, this is the NCAA tournament that we in. So
Okay.
and I saw some good stuff. I saw some good stuff last night, man. That Chicago Bulls team, I'm not gonna say that they emptied it against Toronto. I think one of the main differences is you had a conversation. I think it was yesterday. You had a conversation with Dub, and he was talking to you about how rebounding wasn't. I think he said something to the effect of rebounding wasn't the only problem, only except Chicago got out rebounded yesterday by Miami, and they got out rebounded significantly. I think Miami was plus 14 on the glass. They were plus 14 on the glass. BAM has 16 rebounds. So they controlled the backboard last night. And that was the difference in the game. Even though they did a good job in keeping Zach LaVine out of the paint, because what he did against Toronto, he wasn't able to do that against Miami. They did everything that they could to keep him out of the paint. Of the 21 shots he shot, I think 8 of them were at the rim. Everything else was in the mid-range and at the long ball line. That's because they did that. That's because they did their due diligence in keeping him out the paint, because that's where he was the most effective against Toronto. And you and me had this conversation already, Big Ox, that, I mean, and you said you heard it. I mean, I stand on the quote from Lupe Fiasco. You know, if you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, because the camera's here and the lights are on. So show it to us, right? So that team defensively last night, I thought they did a really good job in holding Zach LaVine, number one, out of the paint and forcing him into a lot of tough shots. I also thought, too, that Billy Donovan made a coaching mistake. I don't understand why he didn't stick more. With Andre Drummond. When Drummond was on the floor, he was the most effective, and they stayed in the game. You talked about this yesterday with Dub when you talked about rebounding. Well, he played 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes that he played, he only missed one shot, and he stayed on the back, but he had 8 rebounds. And this was a nip and tuck game. So to have a team like Chicago with an elite rebounder like Drummond off the floor, that helps Miami. I didn't understand why Billy Donovan didn't keep him on the floor, and he would. I think he was much more effective when he was in the lineup than when he wasn't. I think he was a +8. And again, I know you don't. I know you don't dig the basketball. I don't dig. I don't. I understand that that's part of it. I do. I understand that the numbers and the data are part of it. But watching him on the floor, watching Drummond and how effective he was, getting on the backboard, making BAM work. So when you are that relentless as a rebounder, that dude he'll wear on you as time goes on. So BAM didn't really have that. BAM didn't really have to deal with him for the majority of the night. So if he has him and Vooch on the floor at the same time, and he's got to bang on both of those guys, that's going to take a toll on BAM. And I think them 16 rebounds are going to look a lot different than they did if Andre Drummond was on the floor. Way different. So I
don't understand that.
I didn't.
It seemed like he just he put Andre in. Andre got him back in the game. I think they were up 1, and then he was just satisfied. Okay, Vooch got it from here. I don't know.
And he wasn't really and Vooch wasn't that effective on the glass, because it seemed like that was the difference in this series. As good as Jimmy Butler was, right? As good as Jimmy Butler was being the offensive player that he was, as good as he was in the mid-range, as good as he was finishing. If you got a big body like Andre Drummond, you got to utilize him, especially this time of year, because the game slows down. Every possession matters. Every possession matters in January and in February, but it matters more now because we're in elimination games. And if you lose, you out. So we need to protect every possession. And when you got a guy like Andre Drummond on the floor, who's the rebounding machine that he is, I'm okay with supplementing some of his offense. I'm okay with supplementing some of his offense for his ability to rebound. And I just didn't understand why he wasn't on the floor as much as he could have been, because he could have helped those dudes way more.
Zach wasn't going to be able to carry him through that one again.
It wasn't. It wasn't
the same thing.
It was not.
So let's get into it. So we got everything this season is complete.
Yep.
Awards.
Mm-hmm.
So we seen that Mike Brown got Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Now we got the finalists for all the other awards. You care to tap into? Let's go with 6 men. Let's start with 6 men.
So the 6 men, you got 3 finalists. You got Bobby Portis, you got Malcolm Brogdon, and you got Emmanuel Quigley. Now, when Bobby Portis goes out of the lineup, he missed 10 games. But before he goes out of the lineup in early January, he averaging a double-double. Nobody in the league was doing it. And not only was nobody in the league doing that, he was instrumental in that Milwaukee run. Now, don't get me wrong. When he went out the lineup, they still kept rolling. But as a rotation player, nobody else was doing what he was doing as far as production. Now, Emmanuel Quigley, he was the most consistent, Big Ox. So I think he played 81 of the 82 games. I think he played 81 of the 82 games. I think he started 20 of them, 20 or 21 of those games. And they all averaging around the same amount of points, around 14, 15 a game. So if you start in almost a third of the games, I mean, that's as good as Quigley is and as good a rotation player as he is, that's kind of difficult for me, as opposed to Malcolm Brogdon. You know, Malcolm Brogdon played less games than Emmanuel Quigley. He played 67 games. He has 0 starts. So he's the consummate rotation player. Right? So he came off the bench the entire season. But when I think about a guy who was the most productive, right, who was the most productive out of all of them, I had picked Bobby Portis, and that's basically the guy that I'm sticking with, which is Bobby Portis. Now, when you talk about the Rook of the Year, it was 3 guys. It was Jalen Williams in Oklahoma City. I think he played 74 games. Yeah, I think he played 74 games and he averaged about 14 a game. And he was instrumental in what they were doing in Oklahoma City. No question about that. The issue I'm having with Kessler is I think he played 75. I think he played 74 games, and I think he got 40 starts. So that's barely half. I don't think that's half the season. And he one of the best rim protectors in the game. Not a double-digit rebounder, not a double-digit scorer. He was instrumental in their defense, and I can't fight that. But when I think about Banchero, I mean, the way that they go is Banchero. I mean, he averaged 20 a game. He started 72 games. He started every game since he walked on the floor. He played 72 games and started every game. So if the guy that I'm thinking about who had the best rookie season, I think it's Banchero. No doubt about that. So the 6th man, I think, is Bobby Portis. And the Rook of the Year right now, I think it's Banchero in Orlando. Yeah, but
Banchero was, I would say, easily the most NBA ready. He came into the league ready to play. He came in like a grown man. I do got to say this, you know, at the risk of sounding biased, I do got to say that Keegan Murray should have got a nod and at least a finalist. I mean,
I actually had Jabari Smith before the season started. I thought he was one of the best rookie. That was my pick before the season started. I thought, as good as Banchero was coming out of Duke, and I did love everything about his game. I think I told you this already, Big Ox. He reminds me of a more athletic version of Antoine Walker. That's who he reminds when I watch him. But I looked at Jabari Smith, and I'm thinking, yo, this is a dude we could build our unit around.
What do you think about him now?
I still feel like that. I think at some point he's going to be an all-league defender. I think at some point he's going to be an all-league defender. He's one of the better rebounders in the game, one of the better defenders in the game. He just needs to I think he needs to tighten up his offense. I definitely think he's going to be one of the better young players in the game. No question about that. I'm still digging him. I think that they made the right pick with him because he fits with them. They just got to get the right coach in Houston. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, chat. Let's hear what y'all got to say about that, chat. Who you got 6th man of the year?
Yep.
And who you got rookie of the year? Let's see what y'all got. Let me pull up a couple cats and get their take real quick.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Wrong way.
What up?
SB Leaf, what's up, y'all? What's going on? Leaf, I see you got that purple on, baby. I see you rocking with that purple today.
It's laundry day. It's laundry day, Bobby. I ain't gonna lie to you, but what did I get you? the awards. I had Joker before last season. I had Joker.
We didn't get to the MVP.
Hold on, we talking about six man. We talking about six man and rookie. Six man and rookie.
Six man. I got Bobby.
I think it's Paulo. I don't think we can argue that.
Man, I got Bobby and rookie of the year. I got and rookie of the year. I got Ben Carroll. But Bobby, I owe you an apology, bro. I was big on Sacramento because I actually started watching the last bit of their games, and they ain't going in the Western Conference Finals, bro. They're not. They not doing it. It's not going.
Why would you pick today or all days to switch up on the league? All days you gonna pick today?
No, because I was up late last night.
That's wild, Lee.
I was up late last night and I was going over a lot of the videos and and it was something that Chills told me a while ago, and I quote him. He said, "Of course, this is a business." And I know it's the business. That's why I kept saying National Business Association in the chat. And I realized they're gonna get to the business part of it. The Sixers and the Suns are going to the finals, man. Like, don't tell nobody I told you that.
The who?
The Sixers and the Suns are going.
You heard them. You heard them. Philly and Phoenix.
You know they got to play Boston on the way to that. Who they can't beat.
Never mind.
Make your point. Make your point. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Listen, you got it on video. The Sixers and the Suns are going to the finals. Don't tell nobody I said that. Keep that quiet.
I ain't gonna say that. That's between you and me.
Yeah. That all right. But what's about to take place in the next hour, bro? Like, it's gonna be brutal.
Who plays first? Who's plays first?
Brooklyn and Philly.
Yes,
Brooklyn, Philly.
Yeah. And I know why. I thought they was gonna have the Knicks go first, but they had us go first on purpose, and I know why they did it. I know exactly why they did it, because usually back in the '90s they used to have the Knicks go first and play the first playoff game on Saturdays and everything. And in the '90s, Shilltown, you know about that. But getting back to the awards, I got.
Rewind.
You all over the place, Lee.
Yeah. Rewind. Hold on. Why are you guys up first?
We up first because they want the Sixers in the finals, Joe.
What does that have to do with y'all being up first?
But you got to understand how it works, bro. Like, with the Sixers going first, they could get us out of the way quick and get more rest. You understand? So that they can go first, and that now they up 1-0, right? Then the next couple of teams, they next game is Monday, then they go up 2-0. Then the next game is Wednesday, then they go up 3-0, and then by the end of the week, it's a sweep. You said they was gonna sweep us. I'm taking your word for it.
If y'all had a different seeding besides the third or the fourth or the fifth or sixth seed, then y'all would play them all. It's not because it's Brooklyn. It's because of the seeding.
Well, let's also rewind.
It's not because of seeding. It's because of the time zone. We in the Eastern time zone, and Cleveland is in the Central time zone. So they would start second. I had to remember that. So they're the first. We're the first game.
Cleveland's Eastern. Cleveland's Eastern Standard as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand your theory of what like the majestic conference, or you got the winning off the time.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. Let's rewind a little bit. Number one, if you guys go at 1:00 today, and I don't know if the game is at Monday. I don't know the second game. Well, let's just say for sake of argument, the second game is Monday. You have the most rest because you don't play till 8:00 that night. So you'll play. It's not like you'll play tonight at 8 and then you'll play Monday at 8. No, you'll have the most rest of anybody else, right? That's number one. Number two, at 1:00, it's a Saturday. It's not like it's It's not like it's Tuesday and you're playing at 1:00. So it's basically a prime time game. This is an awesome time to play because everybody is watching you guys. You have plenty of rest. You haven't played since you've ended the season almost a week ago.
Since we ended the season, right.
So it's not a rest issue. That's number one. I mean, that's number two. So it's not a rest issue. You're going to get more rest than anybody else. The difference here is this team is just better than your team. That's it. I don't think that there's a conspiracy here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
It's not really about that. It's about the part that the Sixers got narratives going into this postseason. They obviously the narrative of Doc Rivers being a choke artist in the playoffs, the narrative of James Harden, the narrative of Joel Embiid, and his player struggles with his injuries and with his health going forward. Man, they want to change that. That's what the NBA want to do. The NBA want to change that so that
why does that benefit the NBA changing that? And
they want the Sixers to host an NBA Finals. That's one of the reasons why. That's one. Don't ask me how I know, bro.
It's a conspiracy.
So
I'm 100% confident, SB, that because I said so, it's not an answer. I'm 100% confident.
If that's the case, then Joel Embiid should have got his last couple of MVPs, and then you can't tell me something that's factual that we have seen as a narrative. It's factual.
It's a possibility.
No, we're going on facts. It's not a narrative. It's a fact that Doc Rivers took to the playoffs. It's a fact that Joel Embiid get hurt in the playoffs. It's a fact that James Harden don't show up in the playoffs. It's not a narrative. It's facts.
Right. I understand that, but now they're gonna go over those because one of the things they got outside of narratives is market value. And now they're trying to bring for some reason they're trying to bring NBA Finals to the city of Philadelphia. I don't know why and I don't know how, but they don't try to do it.
Why would they want to bring the NBA Finals more to Philadelphia when it's been longer since they won the NBA championship in New York, which is a bigger market?
That's what I've been.
He got a New York accent. I think New York championship.
He's from Brooklyn. He's from Brooklyn.
But chill. That's what I've been spending the last 36 hours trying to figure out. And I've been up all night trying to figure out this plot, and I'm like,
I think you fishing, Leaf. I don't think
Leaf. You've been up all night trying to figure that out, Leaf. Get some rest, fam. Get some rest.
If the Sixers and the Suns get in the playing in the finals, remember you can just go back to this video. You can just talk to me.
If the Sixers are in the NBA Finals, it's because Joel Embiid is dominating. It's not because there's a conspiracy. No, that's not going to be the case. Absolutely not. If the Sixers are going to be in the NBA Finals, it's because James Harden is playing a lot better. It's not because here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA Finals. No, Leaf.
It's going to be.
Leaf, hold on. Real quick, Leaf. Real quick, Leaf.
What?
I know today is a big day for all of us.
Right.
Leaf, don't buckle, Leaf. Don't fold under pressure, fam. You already switched up on us, Leaf. Don't switch up on your squad, Leaf. Don't let the pressure get the best of you. You said you was up all night worried about this, right? I was up all night. I just got off the freeway 45 minutes ago, Leaf. I drove from Portland. I'm in Northern California. I'm gonna be at the Golden One Center tonight. I'm not gonna fold under that pressure just because I'm tired, Leaf. Get your shit together, Leaf.
Bobby.
Yo, stay strong, Leaf. We in this together, bro.
Bobby, one more thing before I go. Listen, but to answer to get rebuttal Chilltown's thing, it's not going to be because Joel is dominant. You know what the playoffs is going to come down to? It's going to come down to two things: health and free throws. That's it. And who shoots more free throws than Joel Embiid?
James Harden.
I'm glad you mentioned that part. That who shoots more free throws? If he's going to the free throw line that much, why would he be going to the free throw line that much, Lee? Because he's dominant in the paint. That would be why he's doing that. And why would he be dominant? You know why he would be dominant, Lee? Because he's on the floor. And why would he be on the floor? Because he's healthy. So there you have it, Lee.
You got half of that right. But
there you have it.
The thing is, but the dominant portion is not just going to be just him. It's going to be the others. They're going to make it look like Philly is a significantly better team than everybody else. Somehow, some way they're going to do it. Sixers and the Suns in the finals. Don't at me, man. Like, y'all got me, man.
All right, Leaf. We're gonna keep it moving around. Okay, but stick around, Leaf. Yo, SB, you got any takes on
What up, because I came in, y'all was talking about my sorry old Bulls, you know, and I was just, and then somebody in the chat was like,
what kind of Bulls are they, SB? What kind of Bulls are they?
Man,
these dudes trash. Get these dudes off my TV.
And everybody's like, "Why I'm happy that we didn't make the playoffs." I said, "Why you? Who want to go to the playoffs and get swept?" I'm like, "Ain't no point. Like, no, I'm good on that. We just get us out here early. We don't got to work. We don't got to waste nobody time. No TV budget." No Chicago tickets, nothing. We can just get us out of there early.
We garbage. Let's not break
the team up. DeRozan don't pass the ball. We don't got no point guard. I'm good. The Pat Bev effect did not work. We ran out of juice.
No, it did not.
But another thing, because the first time I came because of that. But then also I see, I already know to watch y'all a couple times. Chill Town, my boy, he already know me. I don't think I've never been on the panel with you at the same time.
No.
What's your confidence level looking like with your Kings? Because look, y'all do got the defensive thing that's a problem. Offensively, y'all great. Oh, hold on, wait, my fault. I'm at work. Supposed to be doing work stuff too, but give me a
See,
second.
SB, this what happens, SB, when you get with me.
I hope you don't work at the airport. I hope you ain't landing planes
I
in
work
there.
I work at NBC Tower downtown. I work at a station.
we ain't trying to get you fired now, SB.
Oh no,
I'm
good.
do that.
I run the place.
Okay, we ain't trying to get you fired now. We don't want to do that.
But now I feel like but y'all are facing the Warriors at the best time where they ain't really got it together. Is gonna be an out. Because I think their experience and their defense gonna get y'all in the long run. But I want to know what your confidence level looking like with the Warriors kind of being iffy. And then what you think about the series too after Oxford.
It's the same level of confidence I've had since September. You know what I'm saying? I believe in this. Actually, the Warriors, that's best case scenario. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, let's get this out the way early. Are we supposed to be here or not? I don't got time to be holding on to no dreams into the second round. Let's get it over with. You know what I'm saying? And who better to test ourselves against but the defending champs, especially a team that's been running in Northern California for the past 15 years. So hey, I'm happy with it. Like I said, I drove all the way down here today so I could get there and see it live. So I'm excited. I think we got this in 6. I don't think our defense is as bad as people say it is. And I'm not gonna pretend like I got faith in the Warriors defense either. They haven't really shown me nothing this year.
Yeah, but it's crazy. The good thing that I hear about
have
this
y'all
is
defensively, chill. Have y'all?
Has who defensively?
Has the Kings shown that it can get stops defensively?
The Warriors haven't either.
Yeah, not this
But
year.
who do you trust to get stops in the 7-game series? The Warriors or the Kings?
Who do I trust? I already said that the road to the NBA championship goes through the Golden State Warriors. I already said that.
All right, so what are we talking
about?
What are we talking about here?
It ain't just that, but it's not that simple though. Hold on. Let's make sure we clear. It's not just that simple. And the reason why it's not that simple is because, just so you know, not only does Sacramento have the best offense in the league, the Warriors have the second best offense in the league. So it's not like it's just a wash where, these dudes just going to wipe the floor with them or they're going to wipe. No, it's not that simple.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that. It's like when you mention Sacramento, all you mention is offensively, right? And the thing is that when you have a big like Sabonis, right, which he's a liability in pick and roll actions. Not only that, he's an inadequate rim protector as well. Not only that, he's not really a good sound post defender. Not only that, he does not do a great job in defending without fouling. Not only that, they don't have no interior and exterior presence as well. So when we're looking at the Sacramento Kings defensively, if you think in a regular season, where it's an 82-game season, right, and they're bottom 5 defense in the NBA, right, and then you think that's going to get better in the playoffs, bro, you're totally mistaken. I have the Warriors in 5 or 6 games. Let's get that straight, number one.
Well, I'm glad you brought that part up.
Like the beam, you can do all that all y'all want to, but listen, the Warriors, they have the experience. I trust them get stops when it matters the most. They're bringing back Wiggins. They also got Gary Payton Jr. They got point of attack resistance. They got wing defense as well. Yeah, that's not going to impact them negatively offensively. So it is the Warriors, right? And I came here to say Joel Embiid is the MVP, right? We got to shout out to Joel Embiid.
No,
why? Why
is he the league MVP?
Why is he? Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why he's the league MVP. I think if you look at what Joel Embiid brings to the 76ers offensively and defensively, I think that's more valuable to his team, right? I think if you take Joel Embiid off his team, I think the Philadelphia 76ers will struggle with interior presence. We're talking about terms of scoring. Not only that, I think that they really, really miss any rim. I think they miss rim protection as well, because then you replace them with a Paul Reed and a Montrezl Harrell, guys that are mid with rim protection as well, right? Joel Embiid makes that offense click, right? They rely on Joel Embiid scoring, him cutting to the basket, him being a lob threat, him create advantages for his teammate as well in the post as well. So I just think if you combine that, on top of that, leading the league in scoring, right? He has the most 30-point games out of any player in the NBA, right? Not only that, he has the most 30, 10 rebounds, and 2+ blocks games in the season compared to any player in the NBA as well, right? I just think that from a value standpoint, the way that he leads the league scoring, he's putting up numbers that we have never seen since Shaq, right? Not only that, being top 5 in clutch scoring, right? I think Joel Embiid is the MVP, bro. He's with what he's able to do on a night-to-night basis. And I've seen Joel Embiid outplay Giannis Antetokounmpo. I've seen Joel Embiid murder Nikola Jokic on live television, man. Gave this man, 49 and 17 or something like that, right? And hit the step back three in his face. Listen, Joel Embiid is the MVP. It's time for y'all to start recognizing what he's doing, man.
Okay, so now let's rewind. So what you just
I got something on that too.
So what you said about him. So what you said about Joel Embiid, if you take Joel Embiid off that crew, well, you can say the same thing about Giannis. You can say the same thing about Joker. Yes, you can. Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you why you can't do that with Giannis.
If I'm 100% confident that the conversation works, you talk, I listen. I talk, you listen. So once again, if you take, you can say the same thing about Giannis. You can say the same thing about Joker. So that's number one. Number two, when you talk about a guy scoring the basketball, I mean, we're talking about a guy in Giannis who he has the most 40-10 games. He has the most 50-10 games. He's the only player in the league that's in the top 5 in the NBA in scoring. He's in the top 5. I think he's in the top 5 in the league in rebounding. Led the league in rebounding at one point.
You apply that to Joel Embiid?
Yeah, he led the. No, you cannot apply that to Joel Embiid. He led the league at one point. He led the league in rebounding. Joel Embiid did not lead the league in rebounding at any point this season.
Comparing a small sample size.
This is not a small sample size. It's the entire season.
Does he lead the NBA in rebounding now?
Once again, I think he's 3rd in the league in rebounding today.
Where's Joel Embiid?
He's not in the top 5. How about that?
He's top 10, right?
He's not in the top 5. I just said he's not in the top 5. That's the point. So once again, what we're talking about here, what we're talking about here.
Hold on, Mookie, let him get it off.
What we're talking about here is we're talking about not the best player. We're talking about the guy who's the most valuable to his team's success. So what Joker is doing with no all-league performers, no all-league defenders, no all-stars, and he has that team at the top of the Western Conference. He's responsible entirely for their offense. He leads that team in assists. He leads that team in rebound, and he leads that team in scoring. So he's doing that. So when you think about Joel Embiid, who you said Joel Embiid destroyed Giannis. Last I checked, they just played against each other 2 weeks ago. Not only did they smoke Philadelphia, Joel Embiid put 31 and 14 on him, and they smoked them. So when you talk about a guy getting destroyed, that logic doesn't work. Now, when you talk about Giannis, the downside to Giannis is he is playing on a team with the Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He is playing on a team with one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. He is playing on a team with one of the best rotation players in the game. I think Bobby Portis is the 6th man of the year. And the same thing with Joel Embiid. The downside to Joel Embiid is he playing on a team with a 20 and 10 guy. So with that being said, if you're talking about a guy who's the most valuable to his team's success, I would have to say Joker. But the last couple of games, there was some separation between Joker, Giannis, and Joel Embiid. And I think the separation was now, I had Giannis before the season started. That's who I'm sticking with.
All right, let me get some pushback because I got a lot of pushback.
Hold on, wait, let me get in on this too because I think you 100% capping too from the point. Because one, I think because it sounds like this Mookie, and I recall I think you a Clippers fan, so this is something you should appreciate. A team record without a team record without their star player, right? Because your boy always miss out. The Philadelphia 76ers has a positive record without Joel Embiid.
What about Giannis?
Giannis, they got a positive record too, but you know who got a negative record without their star player? The Denver Nuggets, a guy who is known for doing everything. They run with him or without. They run everything.
You don't have to,
bro.
That don't mean value. Hold on. What I'm saying is this:
that is value. What do you mean?
Let me tell you something. Why don't
hold on, wait. I'll let you cook. Hold on.
All right, go ahead, bro.
That's the true definition of value.
You're the one capping.
You capping. You said there. Hold on. You said
nobody lying. What are you lying about?
Hold on. This is why Chilltown capping.
Hold on, wait, bro. Because that's what you try to not let. You try to think you cook it by not letting nobody else talk.
Bro, I'm trying to rebuttal with Chilltown a whole lot of cap, man.
Hold on.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead and say it.
You were harping over a 30-point season and 30 points again, which is phenomenal, but it wouldn't look as good if we got the most players we have seen ever in the NBA history average this many points. So we never seen that.
Six guys averaging 30 a game. Six guys in the league this year.
Hold on, repeat that what you said.
We never seen this many players average this point. So I say, like, it's cool to say
six guys averaging 30 a game,
but you can't harp on that. Everybody's scoring 30 like that. Everybody is. But when you look at Jokic and what he have compared to the help that these other players have, he has the least amount of help, and his team shows that his value is missed when he's not there. Everything drops when Jokic is down on the floor.
Hey, bro.
Hold on for a second, SB. That is a fact. That's not a lie. If you're gonna
hold on, but y'all keep on saying, Chill.
Hold
You
on,
keep on saying, hold on.
second.
You keep on
come in
saying,
here on
hold
my
on.
show.
You keep on
Come
saying,
on my show, and you calling us liars. First
Hold
and
on,
foremost,
hold on.
he's telling you fact. This is
Hold
a
on, chill,
fact.
hold on,
The
chill, hold on.
production
Hold
goes
on, chill,
down
chill.
when Joker is
can I
off the
rebuttal,
floor.
chill?
That is a fact.
Why are you being emotional right now,
You know
chill?
why I'm being emotional? Because I don't appreciate being called a liar.
Chill,
He just
chill.
said a fact.
Stop being emotional.
When Joker is
Stop
off
crying.
the floor,
Look, I'm gonna tell you this.
once again, when Joker
hold on.
is off the floor,
All right, go
their
ahead.
production goes down. That is a fact. Stop
Okay,
calling
but
him
look,
a liar. That is not true.
All right, look. This is what I'm saying is this. You sat there and said a whole lot. For you to sit there and make an argument that that Giannis is so much valuable to his team, right? Or say Jokic is more valuable to him. First of all, you don't have to have all lead players. You don't have to have all lead defensive guys to not disvalue that they bring some impact to their team. Jamal Murray is one of the best leads scorers. Not only that, he's one of the best point guards in the league as well. Not only that, he can get his own and get to the basket. He's a 3-level scorer that can shot create at an elite way. He got Michael Porter Jr., who is one of the most efficient pull-up jumpers as well. He's one of the most efficient shooters in the league as well. Not only that, you got Aaron Gordon, who Aaron Gordon is give you 15, 17, 18 points per game. Not only that, he's an all-worlds defender as well. He's a physical defender as well. Not only that,
Eric Gordon don't play for the Denver Nuggets. What are you talking about? Eric Gordon does not play for the Denver Nuggets.
Aaron Gordon.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, I'm with you. Keep going. I thought you said Eric. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Elite shooters as well. We're not sitting there denying. Not only that, we understand that Jokic brings value to the Denver Nuggets, but we're missing the value that he brings on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that we all can agree that Nikola Jokic is a negative on that way. I've seen times where Nikola Jokic get cooked. I've seen times with people that's not really valuable offensively give Jokic problems. Now, when you look at that from a Giannis case standpoint, right, we cannot sit there and now that Drew Holiday is giving you close to 20, 7, and 8 a night. Not only that, when Giannis is not on the floor, these guys scoring goes up. Brook Lopez scoring goes up. He's in the defensive player of the year conversation. Bobby Portis production goes up. He's giving you 15 and 10. And when Giannis is not on the floor, he's up in the scoring to 20. So what I'm saying is this is that when you take Giannis off the Milwaukee Bucks, you still got 2 elite rim protectors. Not only that, you got a Drew Holiday who is shot creating, getting to the bucket as well. He's giving you 25. Not only that, there was one game against the Indiana Pacers where Drew Holiday was dropping 51 points, right? With Giannis on the court. So don't sit there and tell me that if you take Giannis off the Milwaukee Bucks, they will be missing his value because they still stay.
You keep saying they're missing his value. So stop right there. Stop right there.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Hold on.
Yes, you are.
I'm not done yet.
We let you talk. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You just said, don't tell us. You just said us. You ain't cooking nothing. You're not cooking anything. You're not cooking anything right now. You're not cooking anything. You're not cooking anything. You're not cooking anything. This dude just said, let me make sure I'm understanding him. He just said, when you take Giannis off the floor, they're not missing any of his value. So are they a first place team if he's off the floor?
They're cohesive. This is what I'm saying.
Are they a first place team when they're on the floor? That's a simple question, sir.
You just said they're not
missing his value. That's what you just said. You just said they're not missing his value.
Because they're still scoring. They're still scoring.
Are they a first place team when he's off the floor?
No, that's not my argument. I'm not sitting here saying that this team is better without Giannis.
That's exactly what it sounds like you just said.
Hold on. I'm sitting here saying is this. When I take Giannis Antetokounmpo off the Milwaukee Bucks, they are a cohesive offensive team, right? They're putting up 120 points with Giannis is not on the floor.
No, they're not. They are not. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Chill, bro. Let me talk. Let me talk. Hold on. Because you get me cooked right now. Hold on.
You can't go ahead and call us liars. And then you're going to turn around and tell us a guy that's 31 a game, if you take him off the floor, they're averaging 120
right now.
Chill.
You're being emotional right now, Chill. You're being emotional.
Goodbye, Mookie.
Hold on. You trying to cut me off?
Goodbye.
I'm gonna see you soon, Chill. I'm gonna see you soon, Chill.
Goodbye. You ain't seeing nobody. Goodbye. Come on here and call us liars.
You disregard my point.
Number one, he calls us liars. That's number one. He starts the conversation with calling us liars, and then he turned around and he lying. So let me make sure I'm getting this correct. So straighten me out if I'm wrong. We're talking about a dude who's taking a dude that's 31 a game off the floor, and they still averaging 120. Is everybody in the league averaging 150, 160? What am I missing?
I'm just.
Did I miss something? Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't have time for that. I don't.
I was just as confused as you on
I
that.
don't. But I'm lying. But we're lying. Get the hell out of here. I don't got time for that, yo. No, I'm good.
Yeah. I was just as confused. So I didn't.
Goodbye, Mookie. Goodbye.
You can't overtalk nobody and think you win the debate. I don't know why people keep doing that, bro. I'm like,
and then call him a liar, and then you're turning around and saying stuff that's not true. when you when you're telling us, when you are telling us, I'm sitting here listening to you, and you are telling us when Joker is off the floor, right? When Joker is off the floor, I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. When Joker is off the floor, they are less productive. Is that correct? Yeah. That is a fact. That is not a lie. Fact. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Period. That is a fact. So there is no cap here. There is no lie here. So I'm good with dudes like him. Get that dude out of here. I'm straight. Nope.
As B, you got anything else you want to? Matter of fact, hold on. Just kick it for a second. Let me pull up this super chat. Cold Reaper. I've been deployed, but I still watch every Knick game. I think we can't hold quickly starting games against him.
Sure we can. And especially when another guy is in the debate with him or in contention with him and he hasn't started a game and he has very similar production. That's the epitome of a rotation guy. The epitome of that. If you start in almost a third of the games, I'm having a difficult time. I mean, don't get me wrong, we are rotating you out in and out the lineup, but with that being said, when we have a guy who doesn't start any games, he's the consummate bench player. He comes off the bench for the entire season. So,
I think how does that work? Is there a certain amount of games you have? Is there a certain amount of games that if you start, you're no longer in the running for 6 man of the year?
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that there's a certain amount of games. I just look at it as a 6-man is not a starter. And when I think about a guy in Malcolm Brogdon who started 0 games, that's a 6-man right there. That's a guy who comes off the bench. He didn't start any games. Bobby Portis, on the other hand, as good as he was in terms of his production, even though I had him as the 6th man of the year, I think he started 20-something games. Yeah. So I think that's an issue. When you start in that many games, as opposed to a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, I come off the bench. I didn't start any games. 0.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Y'all know the chat runs the show. The super chats run the show. It's the first day of playoffs, man. Y'all get in here and y'all get these questions off. Let's see how Chill feels. Real quick, let me shout out our gold member, Comatose. If you want to become a gold member, it's nothing but a click away. You know, it's no big deal. We appreciate y'all. This super chat y'all are going to love. From Daniel Smith. I have my Timberwolves reaching the Western Conference Finals because of our potential on both sides of the floor. Who do you see us facing?
Well, first of all,
who are the Timberwolves facing, Chill, in the Western Conference Finals?
I'm not sure they're getting past Denver. I'm having a difficult time with the logic that they're going to get past Denver. That's number one. Number two, Cat has always been a question mark for me. And the reason why he's been a question mark for me is because he has disappeared in playoff games, especially when we get deep into the playoff. When I say deep into the playoffs, I mean deep into a series. He disappears. I've said this to you already, Big Ox. He gives me Chris Webber vibes. I watch this dude and I'm thinking to myself, why isn't this dude first team All-NBA every year? Well, then I watch him in the playoffs and then I watch him when games get bigger and I watch him fold. And that's something that I really worry about. Now, don't get me wrong. I really like the fact that they added Mike Conley, and I think that's dope, because I'm a big Mike Conley fan, but losing Jaden McDaniels, he's one of the guys that's your best perimeter defender. Not having him and not having Naz Reid, I think those two guys are a big reason why you guys are not going to go to the Western Conference Championship.
Yeah, for me, I appreciate that's what the game loves us. They appreciate us as fans, that we love our team so much, and sometimes we love our team so much we get blinded. There's no way they're making that far. It's the reason why y'all guys was a play-in team. It was too many question marks. Rudy Gobert fit has not worked. Y'all had to replace y'all point guard. Point guard play still been iffy. I like the addition of Mike Conley. Karl Anthony Towns never really shows that he can be that guy consistently. He has every skill set in the world to do that. Then y'all just lost one of y'all best defenders in McDaniel. That's a big hit. Yeah. Ant-Man is injured, so that's going to kind of hurt them too. And I think after this season, once they actually lose and get put out, I think Timberwolves have to really go in that front office and say, okay, what can we do to build around Ant-Man and don't let the cat experiment go. I think it's time to let it go. He did that too many times.
Bring him back. Bring him back, Big Ox. Bring him back up here. See if you can get him back in here. Yeah, see if you can get him back. If he was here, see if you could get him back up here. Yeah, bring him back.
Please let him. He tried too hard.
Yeah, see if you could get him back. See if you could get him back. Because that's all he's doing is talking. So see if he'll come back
crazy
up.
That he
hey, Mookie, it's a little room left in the lobby. You better click on that link if you want some more.
Come on back in here. Come on back in here, Goofy. come on back in here.
If y'all need me to drop so you can get in,
I'm straight. I'm straight. Here's the thing that I don't appreciate, right? I don't appreciate when you're having a conversation. You and me have debates all the time, right? At no point have I ever said to you, SB, you liar. Mm-hmm. When you speaking facts, at no point did I ever call you a liar.
Nope.
I might have corrected something that you said, right? Okay, wait a minute. Let's get to the bottom of that. I don't call you a liar. I'm not screaming at you. I'm not talking over you. Is that correct?
That's true.
Right. So that's what a debate is, a conversation. You talk, I listen. I talk, you listen. That's the way that works.
You can't have remember, you going at it right now for me trying to get you to put Kobe in your top 10. I'm still like on day 5 now. I'm still
I think it's more like
you in the whole pen.
We got Wyatt and money up here. I need to hear from my man.
What's good, my boy?
What's good?
Y'all hear me good?
I can.
All right, where? I got 2 questions. The first one a little off NBA, but since Bob and Chill, you feel me? I was ballers for a minute. Like, I was trying to know if y'all remember like any probably your best game or most memorable game. Like maybe I was locking someone up. Maybe I dropped like a little 30 piece. Like I'm talking about y'all playing days.
My freshman year in college, I was on my junior college team. We finished number 8 in the country, my freshman year of college, and we played against a team called Monroe Community College. They came in, they were the number 1 seed. They came into our building and we smoked them. And I went for 32 that day. I only missed 2 shots, and I went. I think I went 11-11 or 12 for 12 from the stripe, and we smoked them. I think I went 12 for 14 from the floor, and I think I went 11 for 11 from the stripe, and we smoked them. That was one of the best games that I'd ever had.
No, that's tough.
Yeah, that's
fun. You,
I'd have to take it back to my last game of high school, boy. I went to the legendary Sacramento High School, home of the Dragons. Mm-hmm. We lost the state championship to none other than Klay Thompson. And to see a kid 17, 18 years old shooting from half court in the NBA.
You actually
Yeah, they beat us for the state championship. But it's always good because I know we lost to a real first ballot Hall of Famer. It wasn't.
He got 4 rings.
It wasn't no fluke.
Hey, Big Ox, man, at 17 years old, ain't no defense for no dude that can shoot from half court. We ain't never seen that before. Like, what the hell we doing against that?
Now I do gotta say this though, because around that time Klay wasn't as well known around, so we didn't really know nothing about Klay. We were preparing for his big man. Right. Had we known about Klay, we could have slowed it down a bit. But like you said, there's nothing you can do about that. He's 6'7". He's shooting from out there.
How the hell we gonna stop that? Right. How the hell we gonna stop that?
Yeah, that's my
algebra class. You got to stop that out of
real.
Right. They do it.
So more so, he put like a monkey wrench in your game plan. Like y'all was over here planning for the big man, and he just like went crazy.
Yeah, and I got in some early foul trouble. We were done. My boy, shout out Chase Tapley. Though. I don't know if anybody knows about Chase Tapley. Went to San Diego State with Kawhi Leonard. C-Tap, that's probably one of the legends from Sacramento. He tried to carry us through there, but he couldn't get it done. But it was a hell of a game.
Yeah, I only got one more. So it's like I'll be trolling in the comments on the King just because he be getting my Lakers, man. So I gotta, you feel me? We going back and forth, but yo, I understand the Warriors is the reigning champs, but yo, everyone's seen them away, man. How is this going to change, Joe? For real, like. How do you change something like that, playing away games, and then go to the playoffs like that?
I think it would be different if it was an actual away game. I mean, Sacramento to San Francisco is about an hour, so they're going to travel. So it's not like it's that much of an away game, as opposed to if Golden State had to go to like Portland or something like that. I think that would affect them a little bit differently. But when you look at that team offensively, you look at Golden State offensively, you look at Sacramento offensively, they're very similar, right? There's not much different. Same thing defensively. Even though Golden State, they have a history of when they get to the playoffs, they play better defensively. As of right now, they're in the bottom 10 in the league defensively, right? They're in the bottom 10 in the league defensively. Sacramento's in the bottom 10 in the league defensively. Even though I do trust Golden State more, that doesn't negate the fact that, they still aren't that good defensively. You're talking about a dude in Andrew Wiggins who hasn't played almost half the season. You're talking about a dude in Gary Payton who's been out for almost 2 months, right? So when you get these guys back, when you get these dudes in the lineup, there's going to be a grace period. But this is the playoffs. So because it's the playoffs, we don't really have a lot of time to figure it out. Like, we got to get this done. We got to get it done now. So I think this thing is going to be a lot more competitive than people think.
Nah, I swear, because like you adding 2 more people all Ripple didn't play in how long, and they just think it's gonna go smoothly. I know Golden State, they know what they got to do, but I don't think it's gonna be as easy as people think it is. Like the Kings is rolling right now.
I don't think so, yo.
How much do y'all think is important for the Kings for their confidence to try to win Game 1?
SB, you shouldn't be worried about that. You should be worried about how your Bulls. You should be worried about how your Bulls lost.
Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you he was coming, Big Ox?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, SB, you better guard your grill, SB. You better guard your grill.
I was like, oh, now let Mookie on now. SB don't leave. So you said there because you knew Dub.
And I came for two people especially when I seen SB. SB, I told you, y'all took that L. And Bobby, you were cool, bro. Bobby, we out-rebounded them boys.
Yeah, and you won.
No, time out. We
out-rebounded. 30.
Wait. Let me finish. We out-rebounded them boys, and guess what happened? We still almost lost. You want to know why? Because we don't have shooting, and we didn't have our scores. BAM Adebayo, golly, man, he's missing the easy shots he usually makes, bro. Missing, bricking it, and I'm just watching like, bro, we had to rely on Max Curry last night to win us the game. Max Curry out there bugging out.
Hey Dub, you got to remember though. I chose Miami. If you run the tape from last night, I got Miami. I was just saying that I think that your defensive issues, your rebounding issues need to be addressed. But I chose y'all to win the game though.
Nah, our shooting and our buckets issue need to be addressed first.
No doubt.
That's a talent issue. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, Rob, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm watching the game, right? I'm like, bro, Max Strus is killed. I'm like, bro, he is killed. He had like 25 in the first half, bro. I'm like, bro, he don't even score like this. And look, hey, Oxen, chill. I've been antagonizing Dub for like the last couple of days. I knew he was.
As you should,
bro. As you know, we lost. I made like one little funny TikTok, and I've been avoiding him since then, bro.
That Heat team was looking kind of whack. They were, but Dub, we can't discount the fact that you dudes on the backboard, how much better you were than them. We can't discount that. The fact that even though Bam wasn't, his ability to score just wasn't there, and I got to start reevaluating Bam. But even with that all being said, the fact that y'all out-rebounded them and limited their second chance shots and kept Zach LaVine out the paint like y'all did, I thought that was a big deal, yo. We can't discount that.
Yeah, it was great, and you said it earlier in the chat. Hey, Kevin Love actually didn't have that bad of a game. He put him some good minutes the few times he was in. So I think they should be putting him in the lineup more versus the Bucks, especially having him on Brook. But Kevin Love played good for us too, man. But I don't want to steal the show, man. My team won, so y'all have a good day, fellas.
Be easy, Dub C.
Hey, Dub, you can't see what's behind my head, but just use your imagination.
Dub, think about next week.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the Kings not to light the beam tonight, man. Y'all be safe.
Dub, you ain't have to do that, bro.
Be easy, yo.
I should have muted him as soon as he. I should have never pulled him up.
Right.
You ain't nothing. I want you to know that I knew it was a setup.
There's nothing.
Hey, for real, SB, that was completely organic, bro. That was completely organic. I swear.
He been looking for me. I've been hiding. I ain't gonna hold you. I was
Yeah.
talking crazy.
But Rob, YSM, what's up, y'all? Y'all got something? Let's keep it moving.
What's up, y'all?
I have this weird feeling about the Lakers, man. I feel like AD's about to go on a revenge tour, to be honest.
Why is that a weird feeling? Like you saw AD when he was healthy. The last time you saw AD in the playoffs when he was healthy, what happened with the Lakers?
But I feel like people are ignoring him, though, to be honest.
Well, the reason why is because over the last 2 years he's not been healthy, right? I mean, we can't act like this. We can't act like just 3 years ago that we were having a legit conversation on who the better player was between him and Giannis. That was a real conversation we were having. Then he broke down, and then Giannis passed him, right? Mm-hmm. But when he was healthy and James was healthy, what happened to the Lakers?
Championship.
Right. So with that being said, I mean, in terms of a weird feeling, I mean, I don't know if it's a weird feeling because it wouldn't be like you never seen it before because you did see it.
Yeah, AD's very capable.
Right. You did see it. So it's not like AD. It's not like if AD went for 35 and 15 throughout the playoffs, you'd be like, yo, what happened to this dude? Well, wait a minute. You saw him do something crazy like that before. So it wouldn't be unusual. So
for me, I think AD has to play like that for the Lakers to make it that far and good. Like he has to establish, this is the series playoff year that he has to establish himself as the guy. If LeBron James is still looking like the best players on the team, they're not making it out the first round.
Yeah.
I think we might see a few 35 and 15s this season. I mean this series.
I just think that the Lakers will go as far as Anthony Davis takes them. The days of James throwing teams on his back and taking them to the NBA Finals and winning, them days are over. He can't do it like he used to do it anymore. He could do it in stretches where he can give you a game. He can give you 2 games, right? But to ask this dude to throw a team on his back every series and take them there, nah, you asking too much, yo.
Y'all seen that first game against Minnesota? He gave it all he had. He emptied the tank in that game.
Emptied it.
I don't think I've ever seen Bron like that before.
So imagine this, Big Ops, with what you've seen there. So imagine 2 days later he got to come back and do that again.
Yeah, that's wild.
Imagine it, or 3 days later he got to come back and do that again, or he got to do that for the entire series. He won't hold up. He won't.
Right.
He won't.
What
AD
fellas?
is going to go crazy this series. And this is
why
why
I'm interested to see that. I'm interested to see that Memphis series. I am.
Yeah, me too. But fellas, we got to keep it moving. We we do got to hold strict to our timeline today. Like I told you, HR been on our line. Ron already texting me. Ron. Yo, chat spam Ron.
Yeah, we don't want no trouble. We don't want no trouble with management. We not want no trouble with HR. So we gotta keep this thing moving, yo. So it's good to see you, dudes.
And y'all don't have Euro calling me. If he called me, man, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be over. We gotta chill. We gonna have to shut down the show.
We gotta go. Sorry, guys. We're pulling the plug on us. So
salute, man.
Be easy, fellas. Be easy.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Tonight. Y'all gonna need it, man.
Right on. No, hey, we are. Y'all pray for us.
We back in effect? Okay.
Okay. Here we
go. Yo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see a couple of these super chats, Chat the super chats always run the show. Yes, this wasn't a super chat, but since I'm just doing my job, Chill. I gotta stir up a little something.
No doubt.
Chill got cooked on his own show.
No, he didn't. All that dude did was a bunch of yelling. That's all he did. Yeah. And calling people liars. Get out of here. Beat it. In fact, come on back.
We waiting for you, Mookie.
Yeah, come on back, Mookie.
KG Sign. Many six men have started multiple games and won 6 men. Why should the Knicks ruin their chances of winning by not starting quickly when Brunson isn't available?
Why should they ruin their chances of winning by not starting him? I mean, wouldn't he be better if they started him? I mean, and he did start games. I mean, we can't take that out. I mean, the reason why he started games was because when Brunson was out, they felt like they had a better chance with him. Right. As opposed to with somebody else. That's why they started him. And the reason why he comes off the bench is because they feel like he's better as a rotation guard than he is in the starting lineup. And you are right. There are plenty of guys who have started games. But when I think about a rotation guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who hasn't started any games, I do think that stuff matters.
Mm-hmm. What's this one? Let me see. Okay. Antoine Van Leer. Where would y'all rank Steph if he wins this year?
I don't think he moves, to be honest with you. I don't think he moves because what Antoine is doing is Antoine is ranking Steph solely off championships. That's what he's ranking Steph on. He's ranking him solely off championships. And I don't do that. I don't do that. So
Right. Malcolm Walcott. Nets will put Harden and Maxey in prison.
Ooh. I do think that James Harden gonna have his hands full. I do think he's gonna have his hands full with the Nets in terms of their defense with Dinwiddie and Mikal Bridges. I think he's gonna have his hands full with those guys. So I don't think he's getting shut down. I'd be surprised if he got shut down though.
I do believe that Mikal Bridges is going to look at this as an opportunity for a little get back, a little vengeance for how they did him on draft night.
Yeah, that was whack, yo. That was, man. I understand they had Jimmy Butler at the time, right? I do understand that, but you know, you had one in your backyard and you just let him walk out the front door, man. Shipped him right out, shipped him to Phoenix, and you saw what happened with him. So
and while his mom was in the front office is crazy.
His mother worked there. That's even worse.
That's crazy. Jeremiah Smith, yo, chill. It's looking like AD isn't going to make All NBA. Most people have Sabonis making third team at the 5 over him. AD averaging 26 and 13 and not being All NBA got me sick. AD wasn't an All-Star either.
I gotta see it, yo. Until they show it to me, I don't believe that AD is not going to be an All NBA player. And I've seen guys not make the All-Star team and be All NBA players. Dragon did it, I think, in 2013. DeAndre Jordan did it. So there have been guys who have not been All-Stars but made the All-NBA team. That's not unusual for that not to happen. So with that being said, I gotta see it. And I know Big Ox is a Sabonis guy. I know that, but I'm having a difficult time with a dude that's 26 and 13, and that team has been well above 500 since the injury. I'm having a difficult time with that logic. So I got to see it. I got to see him not be an All-NBA performer and an All-League defender until I see it. I think he's on an All-NBA team.
Well, how does DeMontis lead the NBA in rebounding? He averaged 12 rebounds.
Right.
And so how did AD average 13?
Well, see, that's the thing. I think they're going off the number of games because DeMontis played more games than DeMontis played more games than Anthony Davis because the amount of games AD played, he actually leads the league in rebounding.
Oh, right. Okay.
For the amount of games that he played.
Got it. Mm-hmm. I'm not, honestly, I'm not. Yeah, let me not lie. I'm definitely gonna be mad if he doesn't get third team All NBA. I was gonna tell a lie. Let me not do that. Down in Ohio, 3:30. First time catching a live PC show. Shout out to the OG Chill and to Big Ox. Light the beam. No match for my Cavs though.
No match, y'all. I'm loving the Cavs, what they did, how they rebuilding that unit. I'm loving it.
Yeah, well, I know it's only regular season, but we popped the Cavs at the Go to One Center, and then went out to the 216 and popped them out there. So I don't know. I think we got something for the Cavs. But let's see. We got through those super chats. Super chats come first. Yeah. Let's get back into this lobby.
Yeah. Who else in here?
We got Tim Man.
What up?
We got Boom.
What up?
And True Hero. Brizzy left. What happened, Brizzy? Told y'all to be patient.
Yeah, hold on, Breezy. We'll get you back. What up, fellas?
Man, I got 2 questions, if y'all don't mind. So, my first question is, what the hell is going on with Cam Thomas? I don't understand this Cam Thomas situation. Showtime, I've never seen a dude having 3 straight 40-point games and he doesn't play. I've never seen that in my life. When I look at Cam Thomas, he reminds me of...
Don't leave out the 46 he just had a week ago. Don't leave that out.
I forgot about that.
30. Don't leave that out.
Forgot about that. But when I look at Cam Thomas, he reminds me of a 6'4", more gracious Vinnie Johnson. Mm-hmm. For real. When I look at him play, and I don't know what's going on with the rotations in Brooklyn, but I think that he either has to be traded to develop more, or they have to figure it out with him because I don't know what they're doing with him. It's a waste. It's truly a waste.
I'm on record saying it before the season, earlier in the season. I'm on record saying that I felt like he's wasting away in Brooklyn. I just don't understand I don't understand exactly what the problem is and why he's not in the rotation. How many DMP games he's had, how many games where he's played 8 minutes, how many games he's played 12 minutes. I'm thinking to myself, why is this guy not on the floor? So,
yeah. And my second question is, a lot of people like the Boston Celtics, but I don't like them. I don't think they're getting past the second round, to be honest. Because I just don't like the way Joe Mazzulla is coaching them. Joe Mazzulla is having Jason Tatum playing like James Harden, and it's really irritating me. He's having that man taking 15, 16 3-pointers a game,
right?
Instead of focusing on the in-between game, posting up more, learning actually more how to play basketball and not analytics. And because of that, I think that they will lose against either Atlanta or whoever is going to win in the Philadelphia-Brooklyn series.
I'm having a difficult time seeing them beating Philly. I'm having a difficult time seeing Philly beat them. And I just think that they're better. They have a better overall team than Philadelphia. I understand that Joel Embiid could very well dominate the series, even with Robert Williams. But I think their rotation guys are better. I think their backcourt is better, and I don't think much has to change. I think defensively they're better also. I think they handle Philadelphia. Unless Joel Embiid has like I've said to Big Ox, if he has something like an Olajuwon type of run in the playoffs, that's the only way I think that changes.
That's all I have to say.
Yo, Boom, what's up, bro? You got something? I can't hear you, fam.
I'm good?
Yep, you good now.
There you go.
You good.
Real quick, I don't got no take. I don't got no beat. I got nothing. Like the beam, you know what I'm saying? Sacramento's getting its first game. I don't understand. People are looking. I don't get it. Get the first game. I think it's gonna be high scoring though. But I got Herbert. You know what I'm saying? I know Oxen is the man of the people. Chill's the man of the people. So am I. Today's Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It's nice out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give everybody some picks. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta take it, but I do this on the daily, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
2 games I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna do Philly and Brooklyn. Philly wins game 1. Maxey goes under 20. We got Dorian Finney, Royce O'Neal, and Melton. They go under their points. And then we're gonna go to the Knicks in Cleveland. With RJ Barrett under assists. Gonna go what's his face? Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Take his under points. And we're gonna go Julius Randle. Gonna take his over and rebounds.
Oh, not
easy break.
But
Easy break.
But chill, Julius Randle.
I'm out of here, man.
All right, brother.
Chill.
Good to talk to you, B. Good to talk to you. I might have to take that action. I might have to take that action. Yeah, I might have to take that action. I like it.
And Chill, you're a good addition to the panel because you know what I'm saying. Everybody's younger. You know what I'm saying. You're the older dude. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
It's just I like the fit, man. It's a great fit.
Thanks, brother. No doubt.
I like the man. Sacramento game 1. Let's go.
You're doing it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I like that. I like that kind of talk.
Yeah,
I can get with that.
What up?
Who's that down there? True Hero, you still here? I can't hear you, fam.
Can't hear you.
Chill.
Oh, there you
go. What up?
Chill, I got another question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what up?
What do you think about the Zion Williamson situation? In the sense that I think that the NBA has to do something about this type of situations. We can't have players just sitting out. It's bad for the product. It's bad for the league. I think that it's getting to a point where the league might have to consider not giving guaranteed contracts to those players.
I think the good thing is the now mandated 65 games to win postseason awards. I think that's going to help a lot. And the reason why is because what we're going to see is we're going to start to see guys play more. And the reason why we're going to see guys play more is because then we're going to have to watch guys like Jalen Brunson. We're going to have to watch guys like Mikal Bridges become all-NBA performers. When other guys are watching this going, wait a minute, y'all think he's better than me? You think he's better than me? Well, he's playing more than you are. And because he's playing more than you are, that's what it is. So I think that's going to help a lot, to be honest with you. The idea with Zion, I think we give Zion a lot of flack. I mean, and Big Ox is real critical of him. I think he's just built that way. I don't really think he's like fat, and I just think he's put together that way. Now, what I don't like is I don't like watching him in pre-games looking like he's ready, because he looks like he's ready, and not going out there and playing. I got a huge problem with that. I mean, you're standing there doing windmill dunks and you take your guys to the basket. So it's obvious that you can go, because if you couldn't go, then you wouldn't be out there warming up. So if that's the case, why aren't you going? I'm not sure that it's a team issue. I'm not sure that it's a you issue. I'm not really sure exactly what else it is. So if that's true, we got to get to the bottom of that. And if guys are available, they should be playing. It's really that simple.
I think he wants out. I think that maybe Zion's team or the people around him, they don't like the fit at New Orleans. Because to be honest, New Orleans, whose team is it? Is it Zion's team or Brandon Ingram's team?
Right.
We don't know. They don't really have an identity.
Right.
We call them a young team, but when you look at CJ McCollum, he's 30, 34 years old, something like that.
Something like that, 32.
They're not that young. I mean, Trey Murphy got a bright future. So does Herb Jones. I like Herb Jones a lot.
Right.
But as a team, they don't really have an identity, and that's why they lost against OKC.
Right. That's fair. That is fair, and it makes sense because he ended up signing that long-term deal. So I'm gonna get paid, and then I'm basically gonna underperform and not play and force them to trade me without actually asking them to trade me. So I mean, on some level, that does make sense. So
from a business standpoint, it makes sense, but for the league, it's bad.
It is. It is bad for the league. It is. No doubt about that. What up, True? What you got, brother? Good to talk to you, my man. No doubt. Good to talk to you. I appreciate you. What's up, True?
Hey, Joe.
What up?
Okay.
I want to get back on the I want to talk about BAM, but I want to get to something real quick because you were saying it was funny. Chris Paul would say that about Harden when it was like Kobe and them around. What you was trying to say again, because then Flo has said it's 4 minutes left. When we were talking about the offensive players, and you were saying it's funny Chris Paul say something like that, and then Flo was like, "Oh, we had to go." So what were you saying?
I don't remember. Funny. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about. I'm sorry.
It was like Chris Paul was saying Harden's the best offensive player ever.
Oh yeah. He said he did say that. Chris, he did say that James Harden's the best offensive player he's ever seen. I'm like, whoa, I'm not gonna go that far. Easy.
He just said that recently.
And you was like, it's funny. When he was playing with Harden back in Houston, and I was like, he seen Kobe, LeBron. I'm like, it's crazy he'll say something like that.
Right.
But I really want to talk about Bam. So that's what I want to do. I want to see how much big men I can name until Bam is better than them. So let's get the main two obvious out the way: Jokic, AD, and Embiid. So that's 3.
Giannis.
Giannis is 4.
That's 3. That's 3.
Giannis, AD.
He said AD.
Okay, so that's 4. Keep going.
Is he better than Vooch?
Yes.
Is he better than Brook Lopez?
Yes. You taking a 35-year-old Brook Lopez over Bam Adebayo?
No. I was just saying like what y'all saying. I was just saying.
I don't think so. I don't think he's better. I don't think Brook Lopez is better than Bam. Is Cat better than him? Is Cat better than him? Cat is a better offensive player. I think so. But defensively, I don't think it's close.
So you got Bam over Cat.
I think it's close. I would probably go Cat, considering how good Cat is offensively, but I think it's close.
I think Pascal better than Bam, man. What y'all think about that? Pascal and Bam.
That's Siakam?
Yeah.
He's not a big boy. All right, whatever. Okay. Pascal's better offensively. Okay.
About DeAndre Ayton.
Valanciunas? No. Mm-mm.
Zion?
Yes.
So, Chill, basically what I'm doing here is Bam, that 1 of 9 game he just had versus the Bulls, I'm starting to look at him different now and wondering where he really ranked. Oh, and I forgot Sabonis Big Ox, too. He's not better than Sabonis.
Right. Correct.
No,
so, Bam, I think Bam's in that 8-9 range like that, and I think he should be higher than that.
He should be.
Oh, and
Yeah,
I forgot
he should
Jaren
be.
Jackson Jr. too.
He should be, no doubt. He absolutely should be. He definitely should be back.
And chill, my
But he's
last
not.
thing. Oh, and I forgot Rudy Gobert. It just keeps going.
Yo, hold on, you going out again, True? Hey, KB, you there?
Yup, I'm here.
What you got?
First off, just to piggyback off what True Hero said about Bam, I think the issue a lot of us have is that the idea of what Bam could be and what he actually is so far apart. It's what frustrates people. It's two different. The idea of Bam is a guy who should be the number 2 option next to Jimmy Butler, a guy who should be a 20 and 10 guy who with providing that defensive player of the year level defense. The reality of Bam is he's passive. He doesn't look to score, and even though the defense is there, because he's playing at the 5, his defensive value isn't maximized. So there's that. But actually, just want to add one thing to you said about the 65 games played minimum that just added in the new CBA. Don't you think that? I think players are still going to load manage and players are still going to sit out. I think what we're about to see in the next year is that there's going to be a lot of guys who they're just going to play like 10 seconds in the game. They're just going to check in and check out just so they can reach that minimum amount of games reached to get that. To reach that minimum.
They still got to produce though. They still have to produce though. So even with the load management logic, you're still going to have to produce up until that point. You're not going to be able to play 10 seconds or 1 minute in 10 games. You're not, because what it's going to do is it's going to lower your averages. So you're still going to have to produce. So the idea of just getting yanked in and out of the lineup that quickly, that's not going to work. No.
All right, perfect. And then just my last question. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know why it is Laker fans keep hyping up Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis, it's the same thing I just said about Bam. The idea of Anthony Davis, we've seen the best version of AD this year. We just saw early in the year where they played against the Bucks. He went toe to toe with Giannis and outplayed him. He went 44 and 20 against Giannis. But the issue is, I've seen so many games this year where he'll have like 15 and 7. He doesn't look to score. He'll just have defensive lapses. So looking at this and looking how he only played 56 games this year, that's 26 less. Looking how he's had some pretty bad games this year, do you truly believe that he deserves third team All NBA this year?
Yes, I do. Absolutely. Simply because of what you just said. You just talked about the games, right? You just talked about the games. I mean, Kawhi Leonard played 55 games and he was first team All NBA in 2019. Kyrie Irving played 54 games in 21. He was second team All NBA. So the logic of games doesn't work. Number two, we're talking about a guy in the amount of games that Anthony Davis has played, leads the league in rebounding. Leads the league in rebounding in the amount of games that he played, even though there is no set amount of games. Plus, when Anthony Davis goes for 40, just so you know, when he goes for 40, the Lakers are 9-0, which means he's had 9 40-point plus games this year, averaging 26 a game on the season in 56 games, and half of those and 20 of those games he was hurt. So which is why he wasn't in the lineup. Don't get me wrong, he's had lapses where he's had 15 in 8 games or 19. A bad game for him is 19 and 13. That's a bad game for him. The question with Anthony Davis is his health. If he can hold up, that's the most important thing, because when we've seen him healthy and we've seen James healthy, they were the NBA champions. So he's definitely one of the best players in the game when he's healthy. That's always been the issue with him, always. And the fact that James, when he defers to him and when they run the offense through him, they're so much better.
And while I don't disagree with you there, that when he is healthy, he definitely is one of the best players in the league. And one of the biggest concerns with him is his health. You also have to add the second biggest concern is his motor. And like I have mentioned, yes, he does have those great games, but he also has, like I've mentioned, those terrible games where he looks really passive and you get frustrated at Anthony Davis and you really say, like, what are you doing, AD? You're supposed to be the number one on this team, not LeBron. So that's my only frustration with him. But outside of that, I agree. I mean, this year, I would say he's the 4th best big. Sabonis is third team, like the beam. But yeah, outside of that, great show, guys. Love you all. Yep. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate you, KB. Yep. Hey, Vars, you got anything? We're going to have to wrap it up and get to these super chats soon. You got something, Vars?
Yeah.
What up, brother?
What's going on, fam?
Before I ask my question, I wanted to piggyback off the Zion situation. I think it's like a mutual agreement between both parties. You know, I think the Pelicans want to move on and Zion want to move on. You know, but they just telling him, you know, pulling the mental card because he's 99% healthy, like he said. But I think it's a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
So he's gonna wait till the summer and then move on from him. That's my personal opinion.
I'm just having a difficult time with the logic of you 99%. I mean, how are we gonna? I think he said something to the effect of, I'm not gonna get out there till Zion feels like Zion. Well, how you gonna know that until you get out there?
Yeah. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like he's great. He want to play basketball. I just feel like they both want to move on. But
right,
you can't have a dude sitting out that healthy. So he's just putting the mental card. That's just my opinion.
I can get with that. Yeah, I can get with that. Sure, no doubt. All right, brother. Good to talk to you. No doubt. I can definitely get with that, Ox, because when you play the mental card, right? When you play the mental card, there is no rebut to that. When you talk about a guy, his mental health, then we really not having a conversation. I mean, we did the same thing with Ben Simmons. I mean, that's the space we live in now, right? So
I almost felt like the Ben Simmons thing was the Sixers trying to make it like, yo, Ben, the only way you're gonna get any of this money is if you take that mental illness rug. We got to put so we got to put that in your jacket now. So everybody looks at you as like a mental case or whatever they want to say.
So they both was in on it. Possibly.
That was just my thought process when it first happened. Like that's kind of
right.
But let me see. Let's get these super chats. Let's wrap it up. Spoo, OG. Who does DeRozan remind you of?
Drexler, Clyde Drexler.
Really?
Okay. A less athletic version of Clyde Drexler.
Chill, that's crazy you say that because a lot of people wouldn't believe you that Clyde Drexler is more athletic than DeMar DeRozan.
And please, Drexler's incredible as an athlete.
Yeah, for sure. Angel Figueroa. Chill. What team needs to make the most changes with their roster that didn't make the playoffs? Which team do you think has the biggest trampoline to go off of? Love the show, fellas. Appreciate you, Angel.
So a team that didn't make the playoffs that needs to make the biggest changes to their roster. I want to say the Bulls because they still need a big man. They still need a lead guard. They still need they got scoring wings, so that works. If I look at the Atlantic, if I look at Philadelphia, I don't think, Philadelphia made the playoffs. I'm sorry. Teams that didn't make the playoffs, Portland, I think moving off of Damian Lillard or adding another star, which I don't think that they're going to do in Portland. Adding another star possibly. That could be one of the biggest changes. And I got one for you really quick, Ox. If you the Miami Heat, do you call up the Portland Trailblazers and go, yo, I got Tyler Hero and Bam available. How about you hand over Dame?
Give up Tyler and Bam.
How about you hand over Dame?
I mean, I would make the call, but I would try to figure out a way to keep Bam. I don't know if that's possible, but if you could keep Bam, Jimmy, and add Dame to that,
huge.
That's crazy. I think they become as close to favorites as you can become.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would like to see that. I mean, because the thing about how you said with Portland, adding another star, it's hard. Dame got all the money.
Dame got all the money. But here's the thing, though, Big Ox. When you're a championship team, this ain't the NFL, right? This ain't baseball. You ain't winning on the cheap, right? You're not winning on the cheap. So you're gonna have to spend money. They ain't got a lot of the money, but we also got some other dudes on here that in order for us to win, we're gonna have to pay some other people too. So
that's a fact.
I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah, that's a fact. I know that game about to start in a second.
It's on right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's get to it. That's Boston, Atlanta?
Nope, Brooklyn and I got Brooklyn and Philly.
That's right. I think this is pertaining to where we rank Steph. Antoine Van Leer says, what if he goes through Bron, KD, and Giannis? You remember the chat? He said, where would we have Steph ranked if he wins it? But if he goes through Bron, KD, and Giannis.
Well, here's the thing that has to happen with Steph Curry. When you're talking about the top 10 all time, because I think Antoine thinks that Steph Curry is a top 10 player all time. So the idea of you being a top 10 player all time, I have to have you as the best player in the championship series, right? So Steph Curry was the best player in the championship series last year. He'd been to the finals 6 times, and only one time this dude was the best player in the championship series. So when you talk about the all-time greats, when they got multiple championships, they've been the best player in the championship series all the time that they were in the championship. So for him to go through Bron, KD, and Giannis, well, first of all, he already went through Bron. So we already seen that, Antoine. So and him going through KD, I already think he's better than KD. So the KD logic doesn't work with me. KD needed him way more than he needed KD. So that doesn't work. I don't think that they would beat the Milwaukee Bucks. I would be very surprised if they beat the Milwaukee Bucks. And add that to the fact that he wouldn't be the best player in the championship series. Giannis is better than him. So I don't think that would happen. But if he were to do something like that, that would be pretty impressive. I don't know what the top 10. I don't understand why that's so like why that's so important. I got Steph Curry at 12. I don't think he's better than Bryant. I don't.
There's been so many great players. The NBA has been around for 75 years. I think it's about time we could at least start talking top 20 now. Like
we have to.
Yeah,
we do.
Top 10 is almost impossible to crack nowadays.
Right.
In my opinion.
We can't just hold on to do. I can't just. I've always had this logic, Big Ox, and I ain't gonna hold it up. But I've always had this logic that I'm not that dude. That's like, Bob Cousy's the best point guard in NBA history. Yo, Bob Cousy retired 60 years ago. Yo, you telling me that in 60 years you ain't seen another point guard better than Bob Cousy? Come on, man.
Yeah.
What?
Nah. People can't.
No,
you gotta keep it real. Gotta keep it real with yourself. For the last super chat of the day, my man Tyson Thomas. Appreciate you, Tyson.
Yep.
So he says he's excited about these playoffs, fellas. WC top 7 teams, Western Conference top 7 teams can all get it. Suns and 6, health and wealth to y'all.
Yes, sir.
Suns and 6. Yes, I'm not mad at Suns and 6. I think I got clips and 6, but it's all love. Yep. But that's the end of the show, y'all. We appreciate y'all for stopping by. We appreciate everybody, even you, Mookie, even you. Y'all stay tapped in. We'll be back on Wednesday. Hey, like the beam. Y'all pay attention to the games today.
Yep, sir. Be easy. Take it light, but take it. Big Ox.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be an exciting day. I'm ready for it.